Hello everybody and welcome back to the next video. I think I fixed my mic issues, so the audio should be definitely way better now and you should definitely understand me way more clearly, and it should be just overall smoother than before. In the video we're gonna talk about the 5 best team items you should buy on every single public game. And I'm not talking about specific items on specific heroes, I'm talking about items you can literally buy almost on any single hero, but you need to have like one of these items in your team in every single pub. So make sure your teammates are buying these items. Alright, number 1 on this list is definitely Gem. Trust me guys, after minute 20 to 25, maybe even 30, it depends. Whenever you feel strong and your team has a big lead or you have Aegis or whatever, buy a Gem. In any bracket this is the same problem. Nobody wants to buy Gem because it's a high risk and high reward play, basically. Like, people just feel like the risk is higher than the reward. But having map control on the entire map, dewarding all the wards, is gonna give you so much on the entire map. And you need to abuse this, trust me. Gem is so good whenever you're leading and you're stomping, or you have like a 50-50 game and you just buy it and you deward the vision and you play around an area as a team. Trust me, whenever you play mobility heroes, go for it. Buy it at 25 or 30 minutes and you will be super happy and you're getting bonus gold. And whenever, let's say, you're feeding or you're dying, just make sure your courier is moving with you. And whenever you die, just like pick up the drop gem and run away with your courier. Pretty simple. It is hard to execute, but whenever you're thinking about it, you're gonna like learn how to actually get better at it, and you're gonna understand it, or tell even your teammates to pick up the gem. Alright, number 4 on this list is drums. Drums is a very casual, easy to buy item, and in my opinion you should buy it on every single position 4 or 3 hero. Maybe even on 5, it depends. You can talk with your position 3, 4 and 5 and just ask him, yo, are you buying a drum? And if they say no, you should definitely buy it. Drum is like so cheap that you can literally buy it on any hero, and it gives you so much. Just the fact that your entire team is getting like 13% movement speed, 45 attack speed for 6 seconds is insane. Like, you can disengage, you can engage, you can like run away from somebody, like anything. Even in a smoke, you can casually use a drum to just like be faster on another spot on the map. And trust me, this is so good. And on top of that, it gives you some intelligence, some stats and strength. Plus a nice bonus as well is everybody gets 20 movement speed flat. So that's always a nice to have. And trust me, this item is fucking good. You can buy it on any +5 or 4 hero if you want to. And you should definitely have one in your team every single game. One thing, you can decide later on if you want to go for Boots of Bearing. Like, if you are a hero that buys Tranquils, go for it. But if you don't buy Tranquils, don't go for Boots of Bearing. Only go for it if you are a hero like Lion, Crystal Maiden or whatever that likes to buy Tranquils, then you can go for the Boots of Bearing. Otherwise, definitely don't do it. Alright, next on the list is Vladmir's Offering. Yes, I know this item looks a bit weird and a lot of people feel like it's dog shit, but trust me, it's not. A lot of people are actually buying Vlads now, or even rushing it, because it's such a good item. And they're buying it on position 1, position 3 and sometimes even position 4. But mostly 1 and 3. So if you want to decide you go for Vlad and have a strong lane, definitely rush a Vlads. It is nice to have in every single team. A lot of position 1 and 2 heroes are benefiting from the lifesteal and all the other like buffs and damage increase, all that stuff. And it's just like nice to have, because whenever you play a hero that's like in front, you're instantly buffing your entire team and you're having the advantage over the enemy if they don't have a Vlads. And the most common heroes on Vlads are like currently are basically like position 1 heroes like Morph, Drow Ranger. I've seen it on Anti-Mage as well, depends if you want it. And on offlane it's definitely Mars, Enigma. These 2 heroes are so good with a Vlads. And please guys, buy it, and you need to have one in your team. Doesn't matter who it buys, just try to tell your team, yo guys, Vlads is good here. Whenever you have a core or like a position 2 that's like right clicking, Vlads is always a must have. Very nice item, very cheap as well. If you compare it, like, it has 2.2k gold, but the fact that you get 20% lifesteal, 18% bonus damage for your entire team, 1.75 mana regen on top, and 4 armor. It's just so good. Like, it's literally like basically 4 small items as you build it up in an aura, and especially the lifesteal is sick for some heroes. Alright ladies and gentlemen, number 4 is very simple and very easy, okay? It is Shiva's. Yes, it got nerfed, but Shiva's is still so fucking good. The build up is just too good. And if you want to, you can even decide, do I want the Shiva's, yes or no? And if you don't want it, just buy a casual Veil of Discord. It is super good and it is definitely worth the money. The fact that you get 10% damage increase from all spells. It doesn't matter if it's pure damage, physical damage, magical damage, or whatever. Everything 10% increased damage in a radius of 900, and the duration is 16 seconds. On top of that, you get 5 all stats, 5 armor, and 5 health regen. So it's pretty nice for heroes that go in and a tank in the front. Best examples are Tidehunter, Mars, Centaur, Ember Spirit, any hero like this. Whenever you buy this item, you feel 10 times stronger and you are way more tankier. Especially because you're getting more armor and overall you just tank up quite a lot. Like 16 armor later on, and all the stats is just insane. So definitely if you play a tanky hero, go for Shivas. I would recommend this item only on chorus, not on supports. The only thing you can do as a support is maybe like a casual veil, but that's it. Don't go for the Shivas. It's way too expensive as a support. Alright, before we talk about the number 1 item I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna like mention some items that I think that are good, but in my opinion they're like very, very specific. And the best example there is a Dagon. Like Dagon is so strong, but only, in my opinion, on one hero. And that's basically Nyx. Like Nyx is so strong with a Dagon, it is insane. Whenever Nyx has a Dagon, he can literally one-shot everybody almost. Let's say I have a Heart of Taras, or let's say I have 2. Let's say I have 2. Nyx is level 6, or let's say level 12. Here's this, here's that. Like he's literally almost one-shotting me, by the way. If you just look at this, like he literally deals like 1.5 or 1.8k damage, and it is ridiculous. If you just think about it, it's insane. Like it's just so much damage, and this is like in my opinion the only hero that can buy this item. So definitely if you play Nyx, I can recommend you rush a Dagon and you will solo kill almost any single hero on the map. Trust me, for a long time. Alright, the next item I'm gonna mention is definitely Witchblade. Witchblade is very nice on some specific heroes like Puck, Invoker, like int heroes that have a lot of int, and heroes that are like mostly range heroes. You can buy it on melees, yes sure, but it doesn't feel so good. So definitely buy this on heroes that feel like they need the damage and they will benefit from it. And trust me, if you have this item, for example, Parasma, it is so much damage. Especially if you play a hero like Winter Wyvern. Everybody's buying this item on Winter Wyvern right now, and you literally click 1 Q in Winter and you deal like 2k damage with 1 hit. And it is ridiculous how much damage you can deal with the shit. Alright, another honorable mention is definitely Solar. Like Solar is still okay-ish. Like it is not the best item anymore because of the nerfs, but it is definitely a must-have item for a support if you want to. Like the best examples for that are like Venge, Crystal Maiden as well, Ogre Magi. Like it always depends, but like having 1 Solar is always nice to have. And the buffs and like the overall performance of this item is still in a good position. But if you just think about it, the stats you're getting by that are basically the same stage as a drum. And with a drum, for example, you get the buff on the entire team. So if you just compare these 2 items, I would definitely recommend a drum instead of a Solar. But Solar has definitely a place there and can be like used still and played. And it can have a lot of impact if played correct. Alright, for example, the next item is a Wind Waker. Wind Waker is like very expensive and I would not recommend you buying this or rushing this item. But it can be very nice against some specific heroes. And the best examples are like Enigma, Necroforce, or like any hero that like has a very, very big ulti and that wants to burst somebody. So having a casual Wind Waker, especially like later on in the game, in like let's say 40-50 minutes, can be super nice and effective. So if you think about a save instead of like a Glimmer, go for a Wind Waker. It's most of the times even better and stronger, especially in the late game, because people are gonna have like items like Nullify or whatever, but with the Wind Waker, if you time it perfectly, let's say, like you can interrupt the Necro ulti or whatever for like a millisecond, and it's like already enough. Like whenever they have Nully, it's already like, doesn't matter what you're buying. It's gonna be rough and it's gonna be tough. But like Wind Waker, even for yourself, it's just a nice item to escape, running around, dodging enemies, jumping over cliffs and whatever. So definitely think about it. If you already have a Yules later on, you can consider getting a Wind Waker later. Alright, the last honorable mention is definitely Disperser. Disperser is fucking strong. I don't need to explain it, guys. This item is good. You just cast it on yourself and get movement speed, and you can just escape or do whatever you want. Or you just like use it as casual as always as a default and just chase people down and annoy them with the default. But like overall, like escaping and like engaging with this item is so strong, as you can see. The movement speed is just insane. And overall, it's very cheap compared. It gives good stats. It deals a shit ton of damage on some heroes like Anti-Mage, Naga, Draw Ranger probably as well. It depends if you want to go default. All these heroes are like benefiting off the Disperser quite a lot. Alright, number 1. And it is super broken. And guys, kind of obvious, it's Mage Slayer. This item is ridiculous. You get 25% magic resistance, 45 attack speed, 2 mana regen, 10 int. And this is the biggest joke, okay? Whoever you're hitting, deals 40% less damage. Spell damage, of course, for 6 seconds, and they take 20 damage per second. Dude, this is insane. The fact that this item costs 2,600 gold is a meme. Whenever you hit a Puck, for example, he literally deals 0 damage. Like, Puck is super useless whenever he gets hit by a Mage Slayer early on. Or like Tiny, or whatever hero that deals a lot of like spell damage is super useless if you hit him once with a Mage Slayer. And the best recommendations for this item are basically Ember Spirit, can be Puck. I've seen Tidehunter also very good. Like any hero that right clicks. Like whenever you have a spell that is like AoE and you can hit people with the Mage Slayer, perfect, like Pangolier, Swashbuckler for example. But even on normal heroes like, let's say Anti-Mage, whatever you want to play, buy a Mage Slayer. This item is so broken and it's gonna get guaranteed nerf, trust me. But definitely abuse it until the nerf is coming. I can 100% guarantee you this item is gonna get probably whomped. Maybe they're gonna like tickle down the numbers a little bit, but I can also imagine they're gonna completely destroy this item because it's just too good and way too strong. So definitely abuse it. So yeah, I hope these item ideas and like overall my thoughts behind the items could help you out. Trust me, if you buy these 5 items each game, I'm not on you specific, like on yourself specifically, but if your team has like all these 5 items and the enemies don't, or let's say they have only 3, you have a super big advantage, trust me, and you're gonna probably win the game. Just because these items are so strong, they're super cheap and they're doing a lot. Especially Mage Slayer, trust me. This item is super busted and annoying. So yeah, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you good luck in your pubs. My pubs are going horrible, but I'm trying to stay positive, so enjoy your time. Peace.